How we doing, guys? Welcome to Checkinnchats. Myself, Chris.
Yes, Lito.
We're in the building. We're back again, you know. Hey, listen, I'm liking these episodes. We're rolling true. Shout out to you guys that are sharing, subscribing. You know what to do. Please, guys, make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell their auntie, to tell their next door neighbor that it's going off. Me and Lito, we're talking about stuff, but grown people stuff.
I want to talk about, I guess, communication in relationships. I think assuming an assumption,
Yeah.
in a relationship is dangerous rather than being transparent and crystal clear. Do you understand me?
100%.
So, some people take being transparent and crystal clear offensively.
Yeah.
And I see that from, so let me put some context in this. I put out a reel, right? And I said to the missus, why are you offering me frozen beef burgers for dinner? Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, I'm worth more than frozen beef burgers. And I got a lot of, like, both of you just come in from work. Why are you even moaning? Why are you? And I'm like, no, I'm just clearly stating that if I was cooking, I wouldn't offer you frozen beef burgers.
Facts.
Am I wrong?
Facts.
Am I wrong? People, please. I just need to understand.
No, but you have to put it in context, because it is the kind of case of, and we got to keep it real, men and women. Sometimes you're lucky that you're in a position that you can actually cook. You know what's there in that kind of sense. There's certain man them out there, they can't cook. You know what's there. I'm not gonna lie, they don't even know how to put two breads together. You know what's there. So within that sense, yes, people can sit there and say you should be appreciative of whatever comes through the door. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But at the same time, if you know your relationship and she knows you, my missus knows me to a certain things of, I'm not gonna eat certain things anyway. Just that what I'm trying to say. So, like I said, that for me getting frozen burgers, it has to be like a lunchtime. You know what's there? It has to be like a,
this is what
you know, like a lunchtime thing, like a 12 o'clock, a little beans and little two burger. But if man's trying to sit down for din-dins.
And the thing is, when you take my card and it's my turn, or it's my time for shopping, I'm not looking at what you're buying. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So when my card takes the hit on that day, I'm not complaining. So
100%.
there's balance.
Yeah,
there's balance.
facts.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? You know what I like, you know what I don't like, and you know that a beef burger, you can't slap a beef burger in a bun.
But I'm gonna be devil's advocate right now, in the sense of, are you cooking as much as she's cooking though? Like, is it equal?
No,
is it equal? Is it equal for you to say that in that sense?
I don't cook as much as she does because of reasons. And that's, I'm work away a lot, or my shift patterns, I'm not there for dinner time to cook.
Okay.
So I might come through the door at 3 a.m.
Okay, facts.
And that brings me on to
Okay.
And that brings me on to my next reel that I put out, which makes me know about communication and assumption is a mad thing out there. But man, I put out one about Kaysen, sleeping in the bed. And I said, why is it you're a fold type of mummy? Everybody's like, ain't it 50-50? Ain't it? Nobody said I don't put Kaysen to bed, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just airing my gripe saying, yo, if you keep folding, the work that we put in with this youngster, it's never gonna end.
It's not gonna end.
So when I come in at 3 o'clock in the morning from being out at work and he's starfished in the bed, I'm not gonna disturb him. I ain't even got the energy to disturb him and put him in his bed, because then I've got to stay there for 10 minutes while he settles.
So even if you pick him up and he's sleeping,
if I pick him up and
he's gonna wake up?
Yeah. And you know what he's gonna do when he sees me? What do you think he's gonna do?
He's getting excited.
No,
Daddy.
he's gonna bawl mummy.
Oh,
because he's in tired mode.
Okay, yeah.
When my son gets into tired mode, it's mummy. I need my mummy. Where's my mummy? Mummy. So you think I got time for that at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. That's a lot, no. That's a lot, though. I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I don't know, it seems a bit bad. That's the one thing in my household. I'm not doing the sofa. I don't do sofa. Yeah. If that's the case, Mrs. do the sofa.
I'm just saying.
You do the sofa.
Yeah, I would just say to her, like, I've done the sofa a lot this year, like I'm in the doghouse, and I'm not in the dog.
No, I think you're allowed to. I think the missus will get onto me, because I think I'm the opposite. Like, sometimes she will sleep in the front room or the living room and everything, because snoring sometimes, like, man can't sleep. You know what's there? Like, man, like, it's too much going on in the yard. My son's bare breath, bruv, bare stuff going on. I can't take it, and I still got earplugs in, bruv. My man can't sleep, bruv. It don't make no sense in the household. Sometimes I'm waking up and I'm stressed, cuz I'm like, everybody's had a good sleep. She's had a good sleep. Mat's open, E's mat's open. Everyone's catching flies. Everyone's having a good time. I'm not. I'm having a terrible time. You know what's there? So sometimes she does.
Has anybody recorded you sleeping? Because you're going on like you sleep. Did you sleep silently?
I sleep like a baby. She will tell you, same spot. She said I look dead. I don't move.
Okay.
Man just stays still, cuz I don't move. I don't do nothing. Yeah, I'm just there.
Because they're letting out a little bit of air at night time, you're hating.
You hardly even hear me.
I'm a snorer.
You're see, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's a lot. If anybody is in a relationship right now and you're with a partner that snores, please comment below. It's peak. I've done mad, like, I don't know what your miss is. I've done mad things. Like I said, earplugs. I've tried to get the
It winds her up if I'm snoring though, if she can't sleep.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Because she's like, I want to be in a good sleep.
I want to be in a
get there.
Because you look like you're nice. I can see it in your face. I'm like, bro, you're really enjoying it. Do you know the amount of times, I'm not gonna lie, even though I know she's enjoying it, a couple times, like, wake up, man, like, shut up. She's all good.
Gave her the elbows.
Yeah, a couple times elbow, couple times a nudge. You know what? Like, go on your back. Sometimes I might even say it, like, come off your back, because sometimes when you're on your back, bruv, it's a mad thing. I say to her, go on your side, like, I twist her over, bruv, go on your side, bruv, or do something, because it's too much. I've tried to get strips. We've gone down to, you know, the ones there, figure out in the sense of her sign. But I'm trying to do a whole leap, because I love her. Just something we said on a lot. Listen, I'm saying I'm trying to get mad. But you see, that's not, I don't know, you know. It's a lot, you know. It's a lot. Because you snore, so you don't get it. You don't get it. I'm very sensitive to sound and everything. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
You're annoying, man.
I'm annoying.
Yeah.
And he's the one, you're the one that's snoring and I'm annoying. You know what's there? I don't do nothing, you know. So even now, does your missus have to go sleep before you? I try and go sleep before the missus.
My missus winds me up because my missus will put her head on the pillow. Boom, gone. Me, I got 1,000 things running through my mind.
I'm a wind down kind of. Yeah, I'm a wind down person.
Let me just watch TV.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me just open a window.
Yeah.
I'm doing the most. Let me flick on my phone.
Yep.
I'm doing the most to try and make myself tired to go to sleep.
Yeah. No, my missus, lights out. Yeah, she can fall asleep dead on 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock hits, and she doesn't even need an alarm clock. She knows. She'll ask me, what time is it? I'm like, oh, it's 10 to. She's like, yep, I knew it. I always say honesty is the best policy, but there's a policy when it comes to honesty. And I think sometimes we forget that. So like you said, as much as women are sitting there saying, yeah, do you know what, I'd rather a guy tell me and be honest, I found when I have been in positions, when I have been honest, I've ended up getting the wrong end of the stick, because sometimes I feel like they don't want you to be honest. They want to hear what they want to hear. Just what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's just like, I just wanted you just to listen. Okay. Well, I responded because it sounded like he was asking me a question. So I answered the question and now it's gone left. So for me, I will always say to guys, do you know what I mean? Set that tone in the sense of, if you believe that honesty is the best policy, no matter what, I do believe, because I think sometimes going around.
Would you be brutally honest though? Like, we know when they ask you, do I look good in this? Does this look good? Would you be brutally honest?
I wouldn't case of saying I'm being brutally honest, but I'll be brutal enough to be like, I don't think you should wear that straight. Like, take that off, or I think you should wear this.
So when she says to you, why? What's wrong with it? What do you say?
Like, but she knows me. Like, she comes to me all the time for that kind of advice. So I'll be like, yeah, the cut's not right, or your bum's not looking good in it, or, you know, when it's there. Like, because I'm a type of person, I'm the opposite boyfriend in the sense of, I don't mind you looking good. Certain man will be like, oh, you too much cleavage, and I'm the opposite. I'm like, doesn't feel like it's got enough, like, it's not hitting right. You know, when it's there. So I'm that type of person that I want you to look your best. So if I want you to look your best and you're obviously also representing me, then why would I not tell you if I don't feel like you look great or don't feel like you look good in everything? Don't get me wrong, mind you, women have got their perceptions of, oh, but I like this dress and this is this for this and this is this for that. We have different perceptions of the way that I like to see her and the way that she likes to see herself. I love my missus when she's got her normal curly hair, come out of the shower, whatever, she'll just grease it up and it goes into her little ringlets curls. She likes straight hair. Cool, that's fine. But there's many a times where I'll blatantly tell her, like, I like the curly, you know? Like, and then sometimes she would go curly, and then sometimes she'll be like, no, I'm rocking with the straight. Do you know what I mean? But you have to be honest, because I feel like she's equally just as honest with me. When I get ready to go out and everything, she'll tell me straight, like, no, I'm not really feeling that. Not feeling that garments. And I feel women are much more honest with us, but we feel like we can't be honest to them. And I feel like if you are in a relationship, there's no point of Molly falling around it, because you're still going to get upset when you see them doing the wrong thing anyway. It'll be all over your face. I'm that type of person, it'll be on my face. So if I don't like what you're wearing, you're going to know I don't like what you're wearing. What's the matter with you? No, nothing.
I feel like women, a majority of women, I'm not going to say all women, but I do feel like the majority of women they are tarnished, not tarnished, what's the word I'm looking for? And the majority of women are programmed like how we are. They are the reverse to us, in a sense of they're very disregarding to men's feelings, or if a man's vulnerable.
Yep.
They can't see it. And I don't know if that's upbringing. Remember when I was saying to you where a man is brought up to be this strong, I don't know if women are in the same sense when it comes to disregard. Because what I find is they like to use the word but a lot.
Yep.
They like to, yeah, but if you never, do you understand me? And
100%.
And it's like
100%.
It's like
I wouldn't have said that if you never said that. Okay. I wouldn't have done this if you never done that. Do you know what I mean?
Did that make you feel that way because I said that?
We say to her, it takes two to tango. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we'll get into a little disagreement and she'll be like, well, you obviously woke up upset. You obviously wanted to have an argument with me. And I say to her, like, who wakes up? Who wakes up and says, yeah, right, when I go in the kitchen, I'm going to go and have an argument with you? It doesn't make any sense.
Comes that assumption again.
So obviously you've said something. I've said something to you. You've hit me with the but it's this and that. I've hit you back and been like, well, no, babe, I'm just saying that's what it is. And now it's all of a sudden of you wanted to say that. And, you wanted to, obviously you want to have an argument with me, Chris. No, not really. I'm not really having an argument, but you keep rebuttaling me. You keep saying, but it's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? But women do it a lot in that kind of sense of also saying another one where it's my truth. That one day I don't know how to deal with that one. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, they can say anything now, do you know what I mean? Talking about truth, because truth now can go into the fairylands, you know what's there? It can go into, I can show you the world. I'm trying to get to the facts of what actually happened. You're now telling me about your emotions, your feelings, you felt like this is the way it come across, and last year, this is what happened to me, and that was bare triggering and bare other stuff. I'm just saying, listen, it's a disagreement of who was miscommunication of who was going to take legacy to nursery or who was going to do something. Do you know what I mean? It's just something that could be so simple, but then it gets taken out of context. But if we've done the same thing, if I've said to her, she's asking me a question and I'm like, do you know what? This is my truth, rare. My girl's looking at me like, no, I don't think you understand. I've just asked you a question, so answer it in the sense of why did you do that? Like, so yeah, I do believe that sometimes when you're in a relationship, women, please, man, we're not sitting there trying to come at it in that kind of situation of, like we said, we don't put our hands up and we ain't sort of kind of like wrong in certain situations, or we might trigger certain situations, but that but situation or not allowing your man to sit on it, to be like, do you know what? Because that's all I hear sometimes for women. Men don't take accountability. Men don't take accountability. There's a lot of the women that, none of them, they ain't taking accountability, you know? It's reverse, cuz. They be like, take accountability, Chris. I'm like,
I don't think they really know what accountability is, if
do you
I'm
understand?
honest with you. More time or not. It's always just, we are the bad guy, isn't it, at the end of the day.
And the worst thing about it, I feel like that. And the men, them, comment below, because I know you've gone through it, bruv. Have you ever sat down with your missus and every time she's like, oh, we need to have a talk, it's always something that I've done wrong? It's always something to do with me. You know what's there? Chris, we need to have a talk. Why is it never something that you've done? Why is it never something that you're checking and saying, do you know what? I need to take accountability on that. I could have done better. I could have done this. It's always me. Well, right now, I feel like I'm not getting enough support from you. I really feel right now, you know what's there? We ain't got enough dates. It's always, I can't get taken on a date. What, I can't get taken cinema. I can't get taken to restaurant. I like burger. I like chips. I know what you like. It's just like, what about us? So I feel like sometimes just having that reverse role to sit on it sometimes and be like, we know you're emotional. Yes, men are much more logical, but it doesn't mean men ain't emotional as well. And it doesn't mean women can't be logical as well. So there's times that they can be logical, but they choose to go into that pattern when it feels necessary for them, I believe sometimes. And I believe that communication, like they always say, is key. But how can you communicate if you feel like already someone's going to rebuttal you? Do you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like a lot of men become voiceless, because even when you're trying to be honest, you get shut down for that. When you're not honest, you're like, well, you're not speaking up. You're not telling.
Silent mode when it comes to contradictions.
But they even hate that, because then now you're saying you're not emotionally available.
What's good for but for me, silent mode is peace. Do you know? Silent mode is peace. Man. You understand me? And I think it's better than me flipping out or shouting and screaming down the place.
A lot of women, they hate even that one even more.
You know why? Because she doesn't know how I'm thinking. She doesn't know.
But this is what I was just about to say to you. I've heard women say to me, I'll rather you, Chris, shout in my face, pink and blue, like, and she goes, that will show me that at least you care. When you don't say nothing and you're silent,
they're in limbo
their
land.
minds out of there, fam. Yeah?
They're in limbo land.
I get told, oh, you don't care, yeah? You don't care. So you don't care about this one? It's like, raw, like, I just don't want to go mad. I just don't want to get upset. I don't want to argue or whatever. So sometimes they say that is much more dismissive. They say these are the kind of times when women will start throwing out them beautiful lines. Oh, you're a narcissist. You know what's that? These are the lines that will start coming out when you're trying to be silent, when you're trying to be the right person. Because I always sit there and say in this situation of, so you will feel like you want to walk away. No, I want to deal with it now. I can't be like, all these kind of things. And then when we actually talk about it, women want to talk about it. And then when guys say, all right, cool, sit down, let's do this. I don't like the way you're talking to me. I'm not going to deal with this. And it's just like, you can't have both cake and eat it. You can't have the delivery, but then at the same time, the same outcome. Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to address a guy, it might not be the delivery that you like, but at least you got the contents of what you wanted. So you've got to ask yourself now, do I want to resolve this situation? And he might talk to me in such a way where it might make me feel away, or I might have to check myself, or I might have to take accountability. Or does he walk away from the situation, calm down, like, yo, babe, like, I hear it and I get it, but this is the way you made me feel, she's able to receive it. I believe that men can do that as well. I feel like that's the reasons why, as much as we do the silent mode, we need to speak up.
I've mastered silent mode. I think this is how silent mode works for me. I just go into my peaceful zone, into my little zen. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I let you just keep stomping around, slamming doors and slam. You know, they try to get your attention by slamming everything.
Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from? Like I'm supposed to jump out my skin and jump into your argument or something. But I just leave it. I just leave it for a little while and then boom. You understand me? Let me come in amicably. I'm looking at an amicable approach. But you're not gonna get that from me when we're in the fire.
100%.
Do you understand me? So let me just go into silent mode, find my peace, get into my zen.
How long is this silent mode? Because my missus will get onto me.
It depends on how much you pissed me off.
I can do days.
If you pissed me,
I can do days.
You might not see me for a day.
She get like, that's what I'm saying.
I might not come home that night.
I've done that before, and she went ballistic. She sent out a search party for me and everything. And I didn't even go for I went for a couple of hours, but she knows that's not like me. So say for instance, I don't know, it was 10 o'clock. I never walked back up into that yard until about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. My girl mine was out of there. She was calling my sister. She was everybody.
But why is it, Why is it women like to jump to adultery, cheating with another girl?
Yep.
Like, where does that... Yeah, but are men to blame in a way, or part to blame for why these insecurities are about? Because let's have it real. I'm going to say something, and every man's going to be like, "Rah, Lito, really, did you go there?" Inside every man, there's a switch.
Yep.
And that switch is go out a road, mash something down, come back in, look you in your face and tell you I love you.
100%.
Every man, I don't care
100%.
if you're a nerd,
no, facts.
a geek.
Facts.
I don't care if you're road, if you're not road. I don't care if you're a footballer, I don't care what type of... If you got a penis between your legs,
facts.
There's a switch in you
that can do that.
That can do that.
Yeah.
Until there isn't a switch.
No.
And you know what? I only realized, and that only happened to me last year. Yeah, when I humbled myself. I spoke my truths and I humbled myself as a person. Yeah. And I realized in that humbling and in that moment that Leo, you don't have that switch again. Do you understand me? You don't
Come on.
And when I say that switch, it's not just about cheating. It's
No.
that cold, that cold
switch where you just like, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care if you find out about it. I don't care.
Now I do care.
Exactly.
Do you understand me?
And I think that's the big point. I think for me, in the sense of every man, I say it to the missus as well. She feels like it's not the same for the women as well. But I feel for men and women, anybody in the right time can be finessed. A woman can be finessed by a man, and a man can be finessed by a woman at the right time. I don't care. No, everyone sits there, no, I wouldn't cheat. If someone found you and got you in the right situation, and 9 times out of 10, how it happens, and that's why I don't put myself in certain situations like you're saying now, is I'm a stronger man now. So I know when I have a disagreement with my missus, man will just go and jump in the whip. Just what I'm trying to say, go for a look or drive, and I'll go sit down and reason with myself. Just what I'm trying to say, where before I would have been like, I'm going out with the man, I'm going to go and do this, go for a couple of drinks. But I tell you, tell me if I'm wrong, man, comment below. Have you ever had an argument with your missus and then gone out that night or gone out that weekend and met someone the total opposite of what your missus is doing? You'll meet a girl and she'll be like, oh, I'll always cook for you. I'll make your food every single day. I'm telling you, make the devil shame. And you be looking at this girl thinking, fucking hell, you might be the one because my missus ain't doing nothing, bruv. But that's only because of what's happened. That argument that's happened gave you that energy to go out there and seek a person that is going to actually give you that energy that you're actually looking for. Because
and you know what's crazy? Sorry to cut you. You know what's crazy is that it's when you get to a level of maturity and you know that, right, but hold on, the grass ain't green on the other side. Because when you break that down, if you'd have just put that energy, that bit of energy, when it in the relationship, when it was being peak,
100%.
You would have leveled up 2 levels.
100%. And this is what the man them don't realize, that
where with that energy, with that person that you've just met, it's not gonna level up like that.
No. And what man them needs to realize, in the sense of, not in a bad way, and I don't discredit women when I'm saying this, do you know what I mean? The missus understands when I say this as well, do you know what I mean? Like, I tell her, like, not in a bad way, like, nunny is nunny now. Just what I'm trying to say. My thing of what happens, it's the same. There's no uniqueness. There's no, like, better one than the next one. It's the same one. You know what's there? Allow it.
It's bigger than sex, man.
So, of course. So, once again, when men was doing it, man, I know certain men that have cheated and straight away automatically regretted it.
Of course, because once you bust a nut, what happens?
It goes off. It's gone.
Once you bust a nut, that's it.
It's done. You don't even care for the girl. You're looking at the girl thinking, what am I doing here, bro? Man's a dickhead, bro. I don't need to be here. I need to go home. That's what you were saying at the start of, you can't go back home and tell your missus you love her because there was no affection.
Once a man busts a nut, that's it.
It's done.
Yeah, do you understand me? So why not have those magical moments with your missus? Do you understand what I'm
have it with someone else.
Because it's just that's only a little element
100%
of a relationship.
100%.
It's not the be all and end all. But you gotta get there, man. Man them's gotta get there
and sometimes I do.
Sometimes man them don't get there.
I feel like man them needs to get there, get it out of their system. And I feel like a lot of women are not actually honest within their self. And there's a lot of women now that are in their 30s, over 35s, and they're going through their, what you would call it, outside phase. You know one's there, like they've had kids, you know one's there, kids have got a little bit older, 10, 11, 12. Mumsy's outside in the dunya, yeah? Wide open, you know one's there, and I'm not talking about opening up her emotions, she's opening up legs. Yeah, I'm just like, you've got to check yourself. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Or, all right, cool, you might have waited and you might have sat there and been like, oh, I've done the right thing of looking after my child.
But shouldn't they have fun?
Yes, you should have fun, but to a certain degree. Just what I'm trying to say. The same thing with the guys. Yes, we should be having fun, but to a certain degree. I don't respect man them that's going to be, like, do you know what I mean, going out there every night, just doing a madness, because like I say to you, in the long run, what does that breed? That breeds of you having emotional connections with so many different females, bruv. You know one's there, which 9 times out of 10, I don't want to hear it from man them in the sense of every girl can sit there and say, oh, it's friends with benefits, we're just a link. Cause, come on, man, have sex with her a couple of times, she's loved up. Let's just keep it real. There's no woman that you know that you've linked, bruv, and you've beat a couple times, and she hasn't got loved up. So let's not sit there and feel like...
If you're doing the right thing, as a man, if you're doing the right thing, it's never a link-up thing for the girl. The girl will just... The girl will...
Thank you, man.
The girl
Come on,
will
man.
fake it
Come
till
on.
she makes it.
Come on.
When it comes to the link-up thing. If you're doing the right thing. If you are that guy.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? If you're not
She's
that
going to
guy,
play the game and, oh, yeah, it's cool, it's fine, no worries, come at 12 o'clock,
That's soon
yeah?
wears off. That novelty soon wears off.
It wears off before you know it. She's texting you more than your gal. Oh, so when I'm next seeing you, rare. So you're not making no... What? I thought you knew what time it was. So we all know that. So why would you put yourself in that situation?
But we as men have to realise people have feelings.
And this is what I'm getting at in the sense
me?
of you're saying, oh, why can't women be outside? Men and women both of them can be outside, but there's feelings involved. Yeah, there's body connections there's certain things that you're doing that now it doesn't allow you to look at your next relationship positively. Do you know what I mean? And I'll say this because I've got female friends, once they've got family members that are on the dating scene right now, and the only reason why they ain't finding the right one because they've got too much choice. They're dating every single week. Just what I'm trying to say. So
but
it gets a little bit clouded. It gets a bit clouded because now
navigating through shit.
Well, then if you're navigating through shit and then you're linking this person, linking that person, and say, for instance, you do actually meet a guy and he's on point and all the rest of it, because you've linked all these other guys and all the rest of it, 9 times out of 10, a man like me, I'm not gonna respect your thing. Just what I'm trying to say. So you've already put yourself in the category of where girls talk about the 1%. You've now put yourself in the category of the 80% girls. You're just gonna get a certain thing. You're not gonna get me. I'm not gonna work hard for you when I can see next man, this man, that man, that man. You're just on Tinder. You're just out here, just doing stuff. Wow, okay. And you're telling me, oh, but because this is my face and I've sat there and I know myself. It's the same thing with guys. I say to guys all the time, how long are you gonna do this for, big man? You're 30.
Have you ever used a dating app before?
Never. I'm lucky enough. Honestly, I'm lucky enough by meeting my missus, and I even said to a lot of my friends now, do you know what I mean? I feel so sorry for them because I'm not going to lie to you. I've got a friend, bruv, and he came to me like on a one-away. No one's there and said to me, fam, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm on this dating app, but no one's swiping me. I said, what? What does that mean? Because like, I thought these dating apps it's too easy. You swipe left, you swipe right. He's like, big man, no one's swiping for me. I felt kind of bad for man. I was thinking, rah, is girls still being judgmental on that level? Like, they see your picture and they still don't want to swipe. He said he's swiping certain girls and they're declining, man. I said, wow. Man's 6 foot. Man owns his own yard. You know what's there? Man's got a decent job.
What was the problem?
This is what I'm trying to figure out. What is the problem? But then many girls might say, I don't know what they're going to say. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of, I don't know, something different that they might be looking at. He's not pretty enough, or some people were saying to me in the sense of, what did he write in his bio? Do you know what I mean? In the sense of, I'm like, what do you mean bio now? You know, you got to write certain things like, I like to skip and take walks and...
Like a CV.
What the kind of... what kind of bomb...
I'm a vegan.
But do you understand what... Like, it's these kind of things that you have to start addressing.
So I've never grown up. I've never grown up in that world. I've always been a man that's been about, and everybody that I've met out outside.
100%. I have to meet you face-to-face communication. That's why I don't know all this online dating, people that can date overseas, and people like, you know, like all of them mad ones, like you've never met the person, but you're with the person, and he sent me a picture, and this is him.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense to me.
Foolishness.
And that's why I keep saying to men, like in the sense of, if you want to elevate, if you want to grow in life, I'm telling you, man, them now, I know it seems a little bit of a blasé one. It seems like man don't trying to stifle man's growth and man's fun. But if you've gone through your 20s and you've had a good time and, you've done your thing, you flex your muscles. If you're in your 30s and everything and you're still trying to flex your muscles and everything, and I'm only assuming by the time we've got to that age is, let's be honest, man's had a couple of slip-ups. Just not what I'm trying to say, whether it's, you know, once there, you've gone in raw, you busting that rare tear, you've ended up having children, you know, once there for people that you feel like it was just a link, and you know what I mean? That wasn't the person that I wanted to wife. These are the kind of things that I say, man, them take time.
Like, know that the mother of your child is important.
It's important, man.
The time when you have a child is important.
It's important.
I had my child at 29. I planned to have my child at 29. I'd been with my partner then for 10 years.
Perfect.
Do you understand where I'm coming
Amazing.
from? So I knew my partner inside and out. I knew she was, even if we didn't make it, she would be a great mother. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
100%.
And even if me and my missus never made it, I would have liked to have believed that we would have had a strong enough relationship where we would have kept the children
strong and
under the same.
Yeah.
Even if we come to a mutual agreement of, you need another child, let's have another child.
Yeah.
But we're not together.
But we're not together, but we're going to keep that.
We're going to keep
that
full,
that
bond.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
100%.
And I think it's very important. And I think this is why, you see, when you start to have detached family units or split family units, or I just believe it starts to dilute or can cause a lot of busyness when it doesn't need to be busy. Do you know what I mean?
And this is my whole point, and that's why I say nothing's wrong. If you want to be outside, men, women, be outside, do your thing, float. But I will say to you this is the reasons why a lot of us have got trauma. This is the reasons why a lot of us can't settle down in relationships. This is the reasons why a lot of us are sitting there saying, she's a waste gal, he's a waste man. Do you know what I mean? Because we've jumped so quick into a situation, because that's all it was, a situation.
Yeah, without preparation, learning, understanding, knowing your person
Growth,
inside and out.
and
both of you living and growing together and experiencing
on.
life before you put those pressures on your relationship.
100%.
Because having a child is pressure
100%.
on a relationship. Financially, mentally, on your body, because sleep deprivation.
Listen, man.
Do you understand me?
Man.
So even the nursery fees, man. Anyway,
man said, cha.
You see nurseries out there, you don't need to,
Take time with us, yeah? Take time with the man, then, with the nursery, yeah?
Come on, man.
Get to a stage where I feel like I will homeschool him then, you know what's there? Because it's getting out of control.
But the one thing I will say about nurseries, though, is they do set up your child for when they start reception and preschool.
Yeah.
It sets them up for that.
Yeah, it does.
When it comes to socializing,
how far
advanced they
how
are.
far?
As well.
Yep.
Because as much as you want to homeschool your child, at that age, you're trying to. I'm on a deflection, like, yo, big man, you know what, Kason, what do you need so I can do this?
Straight, you know what's there? What do you need? All right, cool. You need that? Yeah, cool. So I can do this. No, 100%. So, nah, man, I will say communication is key. If there's anybody out there that are finding it difficult sometimes to feel like they want to speak out and everything, there's many, many different methods that I've tried with my missus. So sometimes if I feel like I can't speak to her and everything, man, we'll just take the time out, go in my silent mode, and then I will send a message, just like what I'm trying to say. Maybe a text, or maybe a voice note, or something else to try and have another dialogue of communication if this dialogue is not working. So it doesn't mean...
I ain't tried email yet. Might try email.
Email? No, I haven't tried email either. You know what I mean? So I might try that as well. No, but there's other dialogue.
I know. I'm smiling, because I'm thinking to myself, what would I actually write in it? How would I end the email? Would I end it, love you, or... I don't know how I'd end it.
Yeah, do you know what's there?
Or am I going to end it formally?
Yeah, formally from, you know what's there? You're so silly. Yeah, you're so silly. You know what's there? You're a lover. You know what's there? But I honestly believe that find another way. There's even been times when me and the missus have not been able to communicate, and we've done like a love is blind kind of thing. She's been in one room, I've been in another room, and man's just talking on the phone, but we can't. Yeah, the face-to-face thing, her pushing up her face. I'm like, well, I've got like, it's going to get me mad. So let me take away the way you're looking right now, and let's just hear each other and then try and see if we can reason. So like I said, there's many things that you can do, guys. And like I said, if it gets really, really crunchy time, then don't feel no way to go counselling, man. Don't feel no way for someone else to step in and help you guys with that communication, because I do believe that 9 times out of 10 we're so quick to run away from a relationship than actually quick to stay.
I think just being brutally honest and brutally truthful, I think, like, me and my missus, we will have these conversations, and I said to her, look, if I'm feeling like I want to go out a door and mash something down, right, I feel like I'll come to you and tell you this. Not that I'm scared you're going to leave me.
No, come on.
But I feel like if I'm coming to you and telling you this, then we can talk and understand why I'm thinking like this. Or vice versa.
100%.
If you're thinking that you want to, do you understand me?
100%.
I'd prefer you to come and tell me
100%.
rather than go and do the act and then tell me.
100%.
So we might as well, do you understand me?
100%.
Get to that level of that level of communication, that
And
level of transparency.
And that level of vulnerability as well. I think that guys don't like to say it as well. That level of vulnerability of being able to say to your missus, like, I'm feeling away. Like, you're not satisfying me, or I'm not feeling like I'm getting my urges that as a man that I feel like I need. And if you ain't gonna address that, then like you said, some men do just end up slipping out on rare. But
I think we just like to play. If you look at it, yeah, statistically, right, men don't leave women. Women leave men. Yeah, men don't leave women. You know, if you really think about it, if you look at relationships,
yeah, of course,
it ends up that a man might go out a door and cheat, but he doesn't leave that soulmate, that one.
Yeah.
Do you understand where 100%. I'm coming from? And I feel like you need to get to a point in your relationship where you're not scared for your woman to leave you or for you to leave your woman. You have to get to that point and stop playing games around it, because what I'm trying to say is the feelings that come off the back of that is why you will run out a door and be sneaky. Or, do you understand where I'm coming from?
Facts.
Because you're not facing your own shit.
Well, because you don't feel comfortable as well. You don't feel comfortable to have that conversation with them. Do you know what I mean? Sex is that kind of conversation that is a taboo conversation as much as you are in a relationship sometimes.
If you wasn't sexually satisfied, or you felt like you wasn't sexually satisfied in your relationship, you would say something.
Yeah. There's been times that I haven't, and we've had that conversation, but there's been times when I've just tried to, you know what I mean, par it off, do extracurriculums, you get me, sort it out myself and all the rest of it. And it was only until I addressed her and she was like, I was feeling the same way. You wasn't, do you know what I mean? So both of us was feeling the same way, but no one wanted to address the situation to be like, what's going on with the connection? What's going on right now? No one's making an effort. You're not making an effort. I'm not making an effort.
By talking.
Exactly.
Do you understand me? Because the only thing that happens, you get the information that's needed to be able to now level up that part of your life.
So you can be like, okay, cool, it is that then. Do you know what I mean? All right, cool, you do. Because sometimes I was sitting there thinking, you don't. Do you know what I mean? Or I was reading too much into things, so it might be.
It's a bit like that.
She might have got home from work and she might say something silly like, oh, I'm tired. Automatically in my head, I'm like, oh, that's fucking out the window, no fucking no kitty. Like, I'm already meaning that. She's just meaning, it's been a long day, but if I probably would have prepared her, look at do massage and look at flexy, it would have been cool. But because I was so stuck into, well, what are you doing then? Why do I have to do this? Why is it all like, get me? And then even when we had the conversation, I had to ask her, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind, but why is it that I'm always initiating? If it's not me initiating, then it feels like, and then she's like, I've never denied you though. And I'm like, well, it feels like sometimes pity. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, but I want my woman to come to me sometimes, you know, stroke me, rub my head, do something that makes me feel like, okay, we're in the game, EA Sports, cool. But sometimes it just feels a little bit more driven by men. And I don't know, maybe that's how women feel in the sense of men are the ones that take the lead in that kind of situation. But I do believe if you've been in a long enough relationship, then, and especially when you hear it from women, because women try and sit there and try and go on like, we're the only ones that like sex. Women come out all the time and say, oh, we love it just as much as you do, you know? So it's like, well, show up then. Show me you do, you know what's there? Flip it now, you know what's there? But I definitely agree. So yeah, man, guys, communication is key. And just make sure to do the best that you can. Guys, until next time, keep yourself safe. You know what to do. Add us up on the social medias, YouTube, subscribe, press the notification button, click the like, and most importantly, check in, man. I've been myself, Chris.
I've been Lito.
And we're out. Peace.
We out. Peace.
Love.